Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose one.
All right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're here.
hey.
We're live. Cut out that first part where we talked about how we want to fuck that lady that everybody knows.
Cut.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nancy Reagan. She just did it to me.
Yeah, she lost a tit.
What?
Cancer. A long time ago. Now she's lost her life and tits.
Oh, she died.
Great book. The Life and Tits of Nancy Reagan.
Tits.
She died, yeah, she died, I don't know, 6 months, 5 years ago. I can't remember.
Apparently she was the queen of giving head. Did you hear about that?
I think I heard about that. I think I heard about that from you on this pod.
It was big headline news. Headline.
You told me Nancy Reagan was good at head and eggs were the best food or the worst food. I can't remember.
Best food, eggs. Get on it.
Every time I see
Freeze your
her,
eggs.
new food, that's the best.
Oh,
Hot dogs.
yeah.
It was yesterday.
Well, I'll make an exit. But, yeah, eggs are great. I eat a hard-boiled every morning.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah, and that's my go-to stealing at the Hudson News.
I was just in Madison, Wisconsin at Ian's Pizza, overrated.
Ooh.
And we order a little side Caesar. I'm all over the salad now. You know, new man. You guys aren't going to recognize me soon.
Pizza.
I'm getting reconstructive surgery on my tits and face.
Hey, Reagan.
Another great book. That's
Tits
the
and
sequel.
face. Tits and face.
So we ordered Caesar salad. The lady put a hard-boiled egg on it.
Oh, yeah, that's a cob.
That's what I said. Isn't that Cobb? Bob Cobb?
Yeah, corn on the cob. That's no-go.
Cobb up and down in the water.
Cob and weave.
Remember Tony Clifton?
Oh, yeah.
What's your name, Bob? What's your middle name? Up and down in the water?
That's fun.
It's gold.
That's good stuff.
That is gold.
But yeah, you can't put an egg on a C's.
An egg on a salad. I was with Wayne, Matt Wayne, who's like a vegan, so he whipped that thing up against the. Oh yeah, but he'll eat pizza.
He's built like a shit house brick. He doesn't look like a vegan. He's a tank.
He's all push-ups, and I think he's got kind of a big
barrel.
A barrel. Yeah,
Barrel,
he's got
Cracker Barrel.
Which, by the way, one time Ronan said him and Matt have the same body, and it's a little sensitive with Matt.
Yeah.
He doesn't care for that.
Wayne's got foreskin, so we're already off.
But a lot of push-ups from Wayne, which I was doing all the push-ups. Now my elbows are creaky. I'm old.
Not good. You got a creak and a crack. You got to stretch. You know what I eat is a little cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil.
It's the best thing for you. It's up there with eggs.
Everything's the best. It's just, you're watching TikToks every day. You got a new like, whoops. Oh, I got.
It's good for the joints. It's good for what ails you. You take a little cod liver, give it a goog. It's like motor oil. You put it right there on the old tin can, and it helps you. The joints and the hinges.
Well, I got the fish oil. Someone told me to get the fish oil.
That's
cod.
the same thing. Cod is fish.
Cod is fish. Cape Fish.
Yeah, the cod couple.
Cape Fear. We'll be the cod couple.
Yes.
That's nice. Mike Pond, get on it.
Uh-huh.
How good is Pond, by the way? I got to give a shout out to Pond.
I repost everything and I tag you.
I just posted a thing right now. It's us with the. He said, "This is you, Mark, and Shelby," which is pretty funny. It's a big horse. Did you see it? I posted it.
I didn't see
Little
the
hurtful.
horse.
I'm quoting Shelby. If you're still listening, I'm quoting somebody else. But
hey,
I miss Shelby
okay.
in a good way, and not in a bad. Chuck. I'm not. This is not a. This has nothing to do with a Chuck.
Yes, two things can be true.
Yes, exactly.
You can miss Shelby and hate Chuck.
My father's gay, and it's all pipes.
There you go. Yeah, so get your cod liver in there. I take the pill, so you don't have to taste it.
Yeah, I got the pill too, but I heard. I haven't taken one yet. I got them in the mail, and I just look at them and go, oh, because I heard it makes your pussy and your mouth smell.
Yes, big pussy stench. I won't let my lady have them, but it's dirty fish jizz, so it's secreting.
Okay, I'm going to take one today. It's supposed to be good for the cholesterol, the heart, the ticker, and I've been doing this intermittent fasting. I'm going to faint in the middle of this, but
wow, you're doing intermittent.
I'm doing intermittent. I'm eating salads up the ass, oatmeal all over the place. I haven't touched a French fry since I went to the doctor.
That ain't easy, because I went to McSorley's the other night. They put those fried potatoes right in the middle of the table, and you got to eat them.
There's fries at McSorley's?
Oh, yeah.
That's a new development.
They got food there.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
Well, I haven't been there in 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up with the Big Ten.
I'd say top 3 bars in America.
Oh, it's the best. The light and dark.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes, separate the colors.
And then they give you 2 mugs, or they used to. So it
It's
feels
2.
like a lot, even though they're like 6 ounces.
It's $7 to give you 2 mugs, but it's half foam. So you're really getting about half a beer with 2 mugs.
Am I crazy? Is that new? New in the last 10 years? The food?
Maybe,
But they were one of these places that was like no food, beer only.
Well, I went there back in the heyday, and they had leek soup, potato leek.
Maybe I just have a bad memory. I mean, it makes sense that my memory of that place would be bad. I was
Sure.
pretty tuned up.
I go there once every 2 weeks. I love that bar. I go to New York Comedy Club. I go have a beer at McSorley's.
McSorley's is first class. They got the big wishbone up there.
Yes.
From World War One.
Wow.
World War One.
Wow.
And they're grandfathered in with the what do you call it? The board, the health board.
Aha.
They
Board of
are
Health.
allowed to have. There's all dirt and shit on it because it's been there for 100
Sure.
years. But they get a pass from the health board. They're like, you can
Interesting.
have this filthy, dirty wishbone because it was supposed to be when the boys came back, we make a wish. But some of the boys didn't come back, of course, because of the flu and the guns.
Make a wish.
So the wishbone is up there, and it's a must-see if you come to New York.
Oh, it's full of tourists and weirdos and drunks, but it's fun because you go in there, and it's a bunch of college kids doing this shit, and you could snap your fingers, and it's 1908 in
Yeah,
there, and it's the same shit.
Exactly. Unless you swear, then they if you say the F word.
And there's a couple Browns in there. But I also, sometimes you're sitting there just reading the walls. I'll just have a drink and read the walls. It's all these newspaper clippings. I saw one, and it's a bunch of ladies going like this, an old newspaper, yellow, tinted, and I go,
my
let me,
teeth.
let me read this. Women were allowed in 1970.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the first time they had a lady in, and there's a woman doing this, and I read under it's like, hey, this is cunt of the year. She's Barbara Juju. She's a feminist, whatever.
Interesting. The last bar to allow women was in Dorchester, the Erie Pub.
Wow.
In Dorchester,
Oh, yeah.
Massachusetts, over there in Fields Corner.
Now, how far is that out from Beantown?
Well, that's part of Boston. It's like
Ah.
Queens, It's like a
I
neighborhood
see.
in Boston.
That's a tough one.
That's very tough, yeah.
Because when I did Nick's in 1984, I think I was with you. I was way hacky, and I'd go, hey, to the door guy. I was like, what's the shitbox area that I can say that'll get a laugh? And he said Dorchester.
Well, there's plenty in Boston, but yeah, Dorchester. The Emerald Isle is where my first paid gig ever was in Dorchester, and it was like this old Irish bar, but it was the last of the Irish bars because it kind of became a little more
Gentry?
not Irish.
Ah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went
We
to,
gotta,
what is it? Not Soho. Southie.
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 That's gentrified as fuck. It's
Crazy. You go down there. I was with Bulger. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm going to see some white kids street fighting and maybe a snapping West Side gang or something. It was all Lululemon and Juju anal. It was brutal.
It's unrecognizable. I told you, so E.J. Murphy, my pal, shout out to E.J., great comic, great guy. He used to live
BJ.
there, early 2000s, and would go, and this was like just a few years after Good Will Hunting, which started to bring tourists over to the L Street Tavern and everything, myself
Yes.
included. I mean, not a tourist, but you know what I mean. I'd be like, let's go to L Street. And we would drink there all the time, and it still had some bark on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then most recent time I was there, I was doing Laugh Boston, so I walked down to Southie for a trip down memory asshole.
Uh-huh.
And I literally, it sounds like I'm joking, I hear through speakers, I like my chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, what the fuck is this? And I came up on like a court, like a AstroTurf courtyard where like young people with skinny pants were playing cornhole.
Oh, my
And there's
Lord.
like pin the wheel on the donkey or whatever the fuck it's called. What's it called? Pin the tail on the donkey.
tail.
Yes, not a wheel.
Yes, tall tale.
What was I thinking with wheel? Oh, pinwheel.
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 Thank you, Chuck.
Then there's
Good contribution.
There's Pinhead.
Oh, yeah. We're the Pinheads. That's Marty McFly's band.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But,
That was also Hellraiser.
oh,
Was
yeah.
Pinhead. I never got into him. I like
No, I don't give a
Freddy,
fuck.
Jason. I got on board with, but Pinhead or whatever. I was like, I'm out. I'm a pin pal.
Hellraiser, Chucky. Come on.
Chucky
Get real.
was weak.
Anything with kid. Every horror movie's like a kid. I'm like, I'll kick a kid's face off.
Exactly.
Horror movie should be kooks.
Kooks.
That's a good idea for a horror movie.
Yes.
A legit, like, crazy kook. And it's not some, what do you call it, vampire or zombie.
Yeah.
It's legitimately mentally unwell people who are on drugs.
I love it.
And they come and rape you, your father. Oh, I tried to do press conference style.
Ooh, that was a real breather. It was wheezy. It was like,
Didn't feel good. Darth Vader. Fart Vader.
Fart Vader. That's a good Halloween costume.
Mike Bond. I think I'm smelling it.
Yeah, that ain't pretty.
That's egg fluid or whatever you call it.
Hard boiled, baby. Every morn. Best thing for you. And I had oatmeal.
Well, so yesterday I got a wild cock up my ass, which has nothing to do with what I'm about to say.
Lay it on me. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Peacock? Is that what you said?
Well, that was my rooster. There it is.
I think I got a great chicken.
That's a hell of a pollo.
I think I've got to start incorporating noises into my act. I think I'm pretty good at it. I got like this one.
Yeah, how do you get that in, though? We're getting somewhere.
I think I'm pretty good with guns.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah,
that was like a drone strike. Wow.
That's pretty good, right?
That's good. We got a Michael Winslow.
Yeah.
Ooh, the alarm is sounding.
And I got a good stand-up bass. And then a little trumpet.
You got a full band.
Yeah.
You could nuke your own band. You could come in and shoot them.
Not bad.
Wow.
Firestorm.
Man, this guy never played a lick of Call of Duty either.
No, never seen it, never touched it. But
Same. I can't figure it out. The buttons, the guy's doing this. I can't do it.
No, I just feel like my life is being destroyed if I'm playing video games.
I tell you, I was addicted to Candy Crush for about 8 minutes. And
Oh.
my lady, I was laying in bed and she was making a move on me. I said, not now, whore. I got a yellow going. And she said, well, you got some problems. And I deleted it right there.
Wow. Yeah, I never played a game on the phone. I'm not a game guy. I'm a big Wikipedia guy.
Wikipedia? That ain't no game.
Well, I read, like today I was listening to the album Court and Spark by Joni Mitchell, and I just go in and read all the production and the thing.
Oh, that's funny. I do the same thing with movies.
Yeah, I'll do that. And the other thing I did the other day was the revolving door. I was thinking I was looking at a revolving door. I read all about it, and they made a law because of a big crush back in '34 in Boston, actually. And they had to now it's legally you have to flank the door with push open doors.
Flank.
Yeah, like on either side.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's why when you see a rotating door, there is a regular door
Always
next
a
to
flank.
it. Yes.
Flank steak.
That's the law because there was a big fire and everyone tried to crush out of the rotating door.
Oh, you
But
know sorry, fire escape invented by women. A woman.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it all became there. We're doing the fun fact train. Choo-choo! Sewing factory caught on fire. And all these women couldn't get out. They were just burned, back in the 30s or whatever. So they built fire escapes.
I like that.
Couldn't get down the elevator, couldn't get down the stair. They're all trampling each other, and they all died.
Wow.
And then you know about the scaffolding.
No, I don't know about the scaffolding.
Hey, here we go, Fatty. So you see scaffolding all over the town.
I certainly do.
I'm doing pull-ups on it. And a big hunk of something fell off a building randomly, killed a lady. So they made this law that every 5 years a building has to inspect the whole perimeter.
Wow.
And that's why the scaffolding companies made a fucking shit ton because now they have to be there.
Yeah, well, I mean, Carnegie Hall was scaffolded for like 5 years.
You got that right.
Like most of the time we've lived here, it's been under scaffolding.
I know, isn't that a bummer? And then when it goes away, you're like, whoa! It's like when a L.A. actress gets the bandage off. You're like, look at that.
Yes, exactly. Oh, how about these places? I mean, not the time. These places, they do the scaffolding, then they drape it with a picture of the outside of the building. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I like that.
It's not bad.
That's a nice touch.
But it's not fooling anybody.
Well, it's kind of a Looney Tunes where he puts the hole in the wall and then the thing runs into it.
What about Roger Rabbit when he has the rubber thing and he throws it and he can put his hand
Oh,
through?
love that.
That's a great gag.
Mind-blowing.
Great film.
Zemeckis. See, there's a film. I take a couple edibles at night. I'm popping on. By the way, I watched Fableman.
Yeah, I heard about Fableman.
Snooze-o-rama.
Oh, Ronan loved it, but he hates Farley, so I don't know what the hell. But
Yeah, and he's off.
He's a little off.
These Jews with the fable. I mean,
boy.
it's a Spielberg joint, so I'm sure he's got a little kinship with the foreskin.
Right, but Spielberg in the last 20 years, by the way, just oozing cheese, just melted cheese. That Bridge of Spies, I still haven't got over. The Coen brothers' name is on that fucking piece of
Man,
trash.
that's my Town Hall PM. I put that thing on, I could go full Cosby.
That's as bad as it gets, folks.
Yeah, that was a bore.
But,
It's such a great story, and it was boring.
Stinkaroo. I'll dabble in the Fabelmans. I'll shove it up my ass.
Check it out. I only got halfway through before I was figuring my own asshole just to stay awake.
Yeah, I'm watching all the Coen brothers movies. Lady Killers. That's embarrassing.
That's Hanks with the basement and the southern accent.
Yeah, and Marlon Wayans, and it is just bad as it gets. It's crazy. It makes you feel good, though, because these guys are maybe the best
Brilliant.
screenwriting director ever.
Yeah.
I mean, just brilliant. And they got a movie, along with Intolerable Cruelty, that's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, it is a straight-up piece of shit, and it makes you feel better. Also, I think the next film, there might have been a film in between, was No Country. You could feel like they were like, all right.
Yes.
Let's put our noodles together and really make something here.
I think that's kind of, not to get all pretentious and queefy, but I think that's part of art, is sometimes you have a slump, and then you realize it sucked, and it pulls something out of you that you wouldn't have had if you didn't have a slump.
Right.
Like, I don't want to get too mean or personal, but a great comedian, big fan, John Mulaney, hilarious, killer stuff, one of the best. But he had a sitcom, and I think we can all agree that it was a bit of a turd.
I didn't see it, but I didn't hear one single good thing.
I think he would admit that. I think he was a little over his head, maybe a little overwhelmed, maybe a little fucked up. Who knows what's going on? But after that, he went, all right, that's it. Fuck that. I'm going back to work.
Like Chris Rock's story about going on SNL. He couldn't get anything on. He wasn't making money. He hated it, so he just disappeared. Back then, you could disappear.
Yes, love disappearing.
Which I'd love a few people to disappear.
Oh.
But he went out and just hit the road with Joyner of the Mario Joiners and just went
Super Mario, sorry.
eating balls. He just went out with Joyner, hit the road, nobody heard from him, and then he came out with a little special, maybe you heard of it. Bring the Pain, Chris Rock.
Whoa, one of the top 5 specials of all time. That whole Louis story where they're like, oh, where's Chris Rock been? I haven't seen him in a coon's age. And then he goes,
Bleep that. Make a
bleep
timestamp, please.
And they go to he's doing Caroline's. Let's go check him out. And it was just lights out.
Right.
Lunch.
Dylan, same thing. Bob Dylan came to New York, and he stole somebody's records, and he played an album of covers. And then he kind of disappeared for a couple of weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, 4 months, and he came back, and he was finger picking and had all these original songs. And everybody was like, what did he sell his devil to the Satan or whatever it is?
Right. His anal to the Beelzebub.
Oh, the door slam.
Hey there, folks. Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Mizzen and Main. You got to check out Mizzen and Main. They're the inventors of the performance fabric dress shirt. Lightweight, breathable, and moisture-wicking. Mizzen and Main's clothing will have you looking great. These are comfortable dress shirts that you need to try to believe. The best part is that they are machine washable, so no expensive trips to the dry cleaner. I hate going to the dry cleaner. This is the hard thing about really nice dress shirts. As you guys know, I have several wonderful dress shirts from a certain London importer. Not as easy to deal with, not as cool, not as affordable, not as comfy as Mizzen and Main. I love Mizzen and Main. They sent us some pants, they sent us some shirts. They got killer stuff. I love it. I'm wearing the pants right now. I'm as comfortable as I've ever been. Try it out, and if somehow you still aren't a believer, they've got over 30,000 5-star reviews, so you know they make a great product. Right now, you can go to mizzenandmain.com and use promo code STORIES to receive $25 off any regular price order of $130 or more. $25 off. That's $25 off when you go to mizzenandmain.com and use our promo code STORIES. Do it. Do it today. Tuesdays with Stories is also brought to you by DraftKings. The NFL playoff picture is finally locked in. No Patriots. That's all right. The Patriots were mediocre. No one was, you know what I mean? Where are we going with this? Next year, a little bit better. The year after that, Super Bowl champs. Anyways, if you believe me, you can place a bet on DraftKings. The wild card round action will be this weekend. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. To kick off the road to Super Bowl 57, new customers can bet just $5 and get 200 in free bets instantly. I mean, I'm excited about the weekend. I love the NFL playoffs. I just love it. It's the best. And in some ways, I like it more when the Patriots aren't in it because it's more free to just go crazy. And I'm not a big betting man, honestly, but I like to tell people who to bet on. And I think it's going to be exciting. Watch out for the Lions. Just kidding. They didn't make it either. Anyways, place some bets this weekend. Have a good time. Enjoy those NFL playoffs. All new and existing customers can get a no-sweat bet each day of the wild card round this weekend. Just place any NFL bet of your choice, and if it loses, you'll get a free bet back up to $10. Action so good, why bet NFL playoffs anywhere else? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code Tuesdays. New customers can bet $5 on the NFL and get 200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code Tuesdays. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details, and be careful out there. Don't lose all your money, for God's sakes. We love you.
By the way, Henry Phillips, one of the great jokes ever. One of the funniest guys of all time, where he says, yeah, I sold my soul to the devil to play guitar. And then the devil, he's like, all right, so like I can play guitar now? And the devil's like, no, you got to come back like 2-3 times a week. It's going to be like, we'll start off with hour lessons. We'll start with some basic chord progressions. The idea of selling your soul to the devil for guitar lessons.
That's hilarious.
Very funny.
Lessons. So good.
But yeah, the neighbor hates us.
Yeah.
We should just leave a note that says, hey, what if we came up with our recording times and posted a note? Said, hey, we'll be here Wednesday.
Oh, that's not bad.
From 12 to 2.
That's not bad. Yeah. Because I mean, look, we're here twice a week this week, but we're really here, 3 hours a week?
Yeah,
tops?
that's it, for sure.
And he's here, I assume, 80 hours a week.
80, easily. He lives in that shanty over there.
Yeah. It's all well decorated over there.
Is it?
Well, it opens, and there's a Buddha in there, so he should be forgiving.
Oh.
Yeah.
By the way, so I'm suing my contractor. It's a whole rigmarole.
What?
So
Picture you suing.
It's very adult. That's why I was 2 minutes late. I was running from a meeting where we were like, we got to get this guy, and I'm talking to a lawyer. I'm like, who am I? This is very adult.
Yeah.
I put a sweater on.
But suing over a home you bought. That's wild.
I'm a homo. Ner.
Yeah.
But
you can't say ner.
No. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Now, it's so funny because you're like, yes, litigation, arbitration. I'm pretending I know what the hell they're talking about. And then I was like, okay, I have to go to another meeting. Hey, queef, jizz, anal. It's fun to go from that to that.
God, that is hilarious.
Yeah, these are
suing.
Men with jobs, Jerry, around a conference table, coffee. We had the phone there in the middle where they go, some other guy, the big wig's like, we're gonna bury this asshole or whatever.
It's so adult. I felt that way at the doctor's office. They give you numbers and they're like, this is great. You're gonna die. And I'm like, what do you eat? And I'm like, I don't know, mac and cheese, like a family serving.
Yeah, Twinkies, brownies,
cupcakes.
pussy.
They're just looking at me like, what are you, out of your fucking mind? And I'm
know.
Well, no good.
That's crazy.
It's the rest of development. Well, anyways, Happy New Year, everybody.
Hey.
It's January, but a little peek behind the meat curtain. We recorded this back in October, so
yeah.
I asked for some topics. I'm a little light on stories, and we got some fun ones here. And a lady gay.
I love a lady gay.
Me too. A lot of good. By the way, I heard from a Becky gay.
Ooh.
Because we called Becky's fat and disgusting and gross.
I forgot about that.
And one was, that was like a little mouse jizz. Well, one lady sent and said, hey, look, I'm a Becky, and really like posed. Quite lovely. A lovely Becky.
Wait, you got to share that there, Fatty.
I assume she reached out to you.
I don't check anything. I'm a married man.
All right. Well, I'm married too, but, she forced it on me, so.
Well, please, recipient?
Well, it wasn't a nude or anything. It was just like a headshot.
I'll
But
take a headshot.
A lovely lady. Yeah, so did JFK, folks.
And Nancy Reagan.
All right, so here's the lady. You want to hear some of these?
Yeah.
Your rudest celebrity encounter / snub.
Ooh.
You got anything?
Yeah, let me think here. Celeb. I don't come across too many celebs.
Oh, lots of celebs. What are you, crazy?
Well, none have been really that mean.
You want to hear a weird thing? You know how we talked about Matt Damon at the club and Andrew Garfield that one episode? That episode has 400% more listens than the rest of our episodes.
We got to talk celebs, baby.
Yeah.
You talk about David Spade in that one too.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
David Spade,
Okay.
Andrew Garfield, Matt Damon, and the episode is called Damon, Garfield, Spade.
Oh.
It's interesting.
400%.
Wow.
We don't think of comics as celebrities, but we see celebrities all the time.
True.
I'm hanging out with David Spade, Sebastian Maniscalco. And
Right.
people think we're celebrities. So these guys are like
Yikes.
insane. I mean, Louis. I mean, obviously, I'm friends with Meryl
Seinfeld.
Streep, MS. What's up?
Hey, multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, Seinfeld, Meryl Streep, Dave Chappelle, Chris
right,
Rock,
right. Schumer.
John Mayer, Amy Schumer, Judah Friedlander. You know, these are, he's a star of a TV
Yeah.
show. Tracy Morgan is around us in our orbit.
Yes. You say Ray Romano?
Didn't say Romano. You
Yeah.
see Romano all the time. Sal Volcano is like
Oh,
a
yeah.
personal friend of ours.
Yeah.
And tell him Steve, Bob, whatever the fuck your
Quinn.
horseshit is.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to
we're
think.
in the orbit of a lot of celebrities. I mean, I have my Philip Seymour Hoffman story that I've told many times. I'll just tell the quick version of it again.
Please.
Walked up to him in the East Village. I'm hammered. This is 2003. Shithoused. He's talking to a beautiful black woman. And I can still picture both of them sitting at the bar. They're at the bar like this. This is the bar, and they're facing each other like this.
Yep.
I'm at a table, and I'm just an idiot, 21 years old, hammered. I walk up to him, and he was quite curt, but I deserved it.
Kurt Russell.
I literally walked up. I didn't say anything. I just stood in between them and said, "The only true currency in this bankrupt world is what you share with someone when you're uncool."
Oh,
And
that's
then-
tough.
He said, "What?" Like that. And I went, "It's from Almost Famous." And he's like, "Yeah." And then it was awkward. And so I just went, "I'm friends with Patrice O'Neill,"
Oh.
which was not true.
Oh, yeah.
I had met him. I didn't know him. And then he said, "Who?"
Oh.
And I was like, "He's in 25th Hour." And they don't even have a scene together, I don't think. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." And then I went, "Anyways, big fan. And then just walked away and then went back to my table. And I was like, whew. And my friend, my roommate at the time, Martin, was like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, "Great. It was great, dude. It was
man.
cool. It was." And I tried to be that guy. I was like, "It was cool, man." Like, I just
Yeah.
said hello, just told him what he means to me. And I'm lucky because I was at the New York Film Academy at the time. I almost was like actor myself.
Oh,
and
God, don't do
whatever.
that.
But so that was, I wouldn't say rude. Paul McCartney, another one I hang out with.
But not rude.
Not rude, very pleasant. But that was different. That was a private party that I was invited to.
Sure.
Invited guest of an invitee.
You've been vetted.
And Springsteen was not exactly warm. He went, "Hey, Lou," and he went, "Hey, nice to meet you," like that. But he's a tortured soul.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's good. It's funny. You meeting Seymour Hoff, you sound like me now. You were like lying. You were
Yeah.
bothering somebody. It reminded me of
That is
myself,
you,
which is a
yeah.
little bit of a bummer. But I met John Turturro.
Whoa.
I didn't really meet him, but we were at a restaurant. I was with someone, a friend of mine, and he was 2 booths down. And I go, "That's John Turturro." And my friend goes, "Holy shit." So he walks up to him and he goes, "Just want to say, man, love Miller's Crossing." And he goes, "Okay."
Wow.
And
Similar.
My friend was like, "Noted," and walked back.
Yeah.
And, that was pretty rough.
Well, these people are eating meals,
I
and
know.
it's annoying for them. And you figure, like, we're still at a level. People say something, you're like, "Hey, thank you. All right, wow,
Exactly.
my life is meaningful." But I think these guys, they've won Academy Awards. Their dad's gay, and so it's not as meaningful. I had another one with
Yes.
Belichick. I was in Hartford.
Belichick.
Bill Belichick was out, his wife and a couple kids. They were kind of standing around. And I walked up and I said, "Hey, Coach, just want to say thanks for the memories." And he didn't even respond, and his wife went, "Thank you." He appreciates that. You could tell, but Belichick's a known kook.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
is he?
so it was sweet that you could tell his wife was like, "This is my thing." I say, "Hey,"
Yeah.
he appreciates it.
Okay, that's nice.
And thanks for the memories. It's so fucking gay.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, yeah, let me think. There's got to be another one, huh? Let's see.
Celebrities.
I saw Weird Al on a float in Mardi Gras once, but didn't meet him.
Frank, Weird Al's on the plane. Who else? Well, you met Spike Jones at the Cellar. I remember you went up and said hello to him.
Yeah, he was busy. He had a lot of people around him.
Was
Obviously,
Knoxville there that night?
I wish.
Knoxville
I
was
a
at the
huge
Cellar
fan
one
of
time.
Knoxville.
Yeah, he's great. He was at the Cellar one night. I didn't say hello or anything like that.
Meatloaf was a real dick to me one time.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
Meatloaf's the greatest.
He-
well,
he-
Meatloaf,
he-
I like more than I like you, so I'm on his side already.
Well, bad out of hell. I mean, who's going to argue with that?
sure.
Can't beat it bad out of hell. Wow.
You reminded me of one.
Thank
There you go.
Christ.
All right, I was on the set of Benjamin Buttons as a youth,
Oh,
a
right, I
young
remember,
youth. They
yeah.
were filming in New Orleans. It was post Katrina. The city's in hock,
Yes.
and it was all a mess. I'm a PA, production assistant. Lock it up. That was me. Lock it up. You know, I just stand in the middle of the street and go, "Hey, old bag, you gotta cool it right there." And they would go, "I live around here," and you go, "Fuck you," and that was my whole job. And I watched. He wasn't really mean to me, but we got this is movie magic. They got a streetcar back on the tracks. All the streetcars were fucked and not running because of Katrina. But movie magic, they bought one, got one on the track, and they had to like pull it. And so they were like, "We got one shot at this, one shot." And the guy fucked it up, and they fired him, and he threw his hat down. It was like out of a movie.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
It was wild.
It was like Scott Rudin-esque.
Rudin.
He was the producer of many things. Maybe that movie, too. But it just came out. He was like a tyrant.
Oh,
It was
I
like a
believe
Me
it.
Too thing. But he's just like a piece of shit or whatever.
Maybe tyrant is you need a little tyrant sometimes.
Oh, I think so. Movie producer, for sure.
Yeah,
I feel that way all the time. You got to be like, "What the fuck are you doing, you fucking idiot?"
exactly.
So yeah, those are some celeb meetings. But I think celebrities, for the most part, they know, especially now in the internet
Yes,
age,
yes.
if they just leave a bad tip or don't say hello, it's all over the place. Oh, you know
Totally.
who's a piece of shit? Fucking Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, Bill Murray got some hot water, I don't know, a month ago because everything he was pulling hair and, tweaking nips or who knows what.
Yeah, so those are the celebrity. This lady's got a couple more things.
Please.
Uh,
Sorry, and then obviously the Seinfeld story where he yelled at me, but that was my fault.
Story on the time you laughed your hardest. Which I gotta say, I mean
The gay jokes.
the gay joke, but also the Brad Garrett. That's one of my hardest laughs. I mean, that's on film.
Oh,
Man,
that's
on film.
one of the all-time greats, and that's via Zoom too. To have that kind of chuckle over a screen is big.
There was just so many things working in our favor there. The Brad Garrett face, the idea of you
Yes.
getting that as a gift.
Yes,
the
the-
delivery.
You going, that book sucks. The whole thing was perfect.
That's one of my hardest laughs ever.
And that was peak pandemic. We needed a good chuckle too.
Well, we've mentioned
Chuckle.
it before. You in my old kitchen, and we were high, and I was doing DePaulo
man,
jokes.
that was
and
big.
We were both crawling on our hands and knees doing the DePaulo
Yeah.
dildo pepper shaker.
Whoa, man, when you get high and then the jokes are flowing and you're drunk, woo, man, you're in a zone.
Yeah, it can really hit. And then there was another one, and I've told this story also. The Norm Macdonald Saget roast. I was at Tom Dustin's. It was my house, the Everett House of Comedy. Me and Tom Dustin, again, high, drunk, and Norm did the anti-roast.
Oh,
with the
sure.
And last thing, this guy's mind was a hat. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is for the birds. He did that whole thing,
Yes.
and it just sometimes. It's like the stars and clouds and assholes all align.
Yes.
And it just hit that bone, and I couldn't recover. I mean, I was on the ground. I was crying,
Yeah.
dying, laughing at Norm, and there's some great laughs out there.
Yeah, it's a special thing. I was thinking, we mentioned movie directors, a lot of brothers. I wonder what that's about. You got the Farrelly, you got the Cohen, you got the Wachowski.
And then
I
there's
think there's
Safdie.
Safdie. Mm-hmm. Wachowski, I think, might be sisters now. I think they're trans.
Wachowski sisters.
Wachowski, yeah.
Christopher Nolan also does all of his movies with his brother.
Is that right?
Jonathan Nolan, who helps write everything.
There's also Ridley and Tony Scott, but they didn't really work together.
Weird.
Maybe if they worked together, Tony would still be here.
I think there's a lot of siblings, artistic stuff, like the Bacon Brothers, Kevin Bacon's band.
The Avett brothers. Or
Yeah.
Avett, however you say their
Almond.
names.
Almond Brothers. Doobie? I don't know if that's a real
Doobie.
Doobie.
I don't know if there's any Doobie brothers in the Doobie Brothers. Though.
No, either.
Is Van Halen? Are they brothers?
Yeah, there's Eddie and
Okay.
Alex. Then
Yeah.
the Kinks had Ray Davies and Dave Davies.
Jackson 5.
Jackson.
5.
All right, so maybe it's just a family thing. Maybe it's not a movie thing.
Well, I think you grow up together and you go,
Yeah.
you got an idea, I got an idea,
Right.
let's keep it working.
Similar influences growing up, similar tendencies.
Yeah, I guess
Wayans.
it works.
Wayans.
Wayans brothers, of course.
Interesting.
A lot of brothers.
Yeah. And we're brothers. We're something up in our mothers.
Wait, what was the topic?
Give
again?
me
Oh,
a
hardest
high.
laughs.
Oh, yeah, hardest laughs. So,
laughing.
yeah, those are some good ones.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are some classics. And I'll tell you the Norton line at Skankfest when the guy said dog water, and Norton was like, "Hey, let's watch the language." That one just hit me in a way that I couldn't stop. And so there's a lot of good laughs. But I have to say, most of my weed experience was freaking out and being like, everyone hates me,
Yes.
and going inward and being like, I hate everything. But there was some laughter. Weed can hit you in a way that you're just
Oh,
like on the
yeah.
floor laughing.
Definitely. And that's the beauty of the internet is, comedy's great, but you can relive it. Like I remember reliving those O&A's things where Louis and Patrice would be talking about the N-word or that shit put me on the floor.
Yeah.
Those two going at it. And then they would laugh, so then you would laugh. It was really something.
And I've told this story many times too, but it was a Sunday night. My friend Ira was opening for Regan at the Connection. Regan was still doing a Sunday 7 p.m. show.
Wow.
I brought Uncle Dale and Ed Regal, who used to own the Emerald Isle, and Jack Herney. Hey! And it was a little group of us, and we sat in the back and watched Regan. And he did some bits that was just I told it before. I had to look away.
Yes,
I literally
yes.
looked away and was like, I need a break because I was going to throw up. I mean,
Wow.
he was killing me. I remember it was the horse race. He did the horse race announcer, and then he's like, "Oh, now in the finals, the stretch goes 7 years ago, our fathers came upon this nation." He did a whole thing like that.
That's beautiful.
And then he did a whole thing about the reason for airplane. He did the pilots always have a suit with a briefcase. They always look professional. He goes, I guess it has to be that way. You can't have a guy in his pajamas with a trash bag with coat hangers sticking out of it going, I can never read these things.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
I was just killing it. It just hits you, and then you're just in the laughing
Yes,
mode, and you can't
yes.
stop. And it's quite a gift.
Yeah, now it's all coming back to me. Me and my brother had to babysit a kid. They were like, "Look, we gotta go. They need a babysitter. You guys are doing it." My
You're like
brother's
the Coens.
yes, brothers. My brother's 6 or 8. I'm 6. We should have, but this is a toddler here, and this kid was just starting to walk, but he was like wobbly, like a drunk guy, and he had snot coming out of his nose, and he didn't know it because he's a kid. He's like,
Sure.
"Ah," and me and my brother were like dying laughing because this kid had the snot coming out. We couldn't hold it in, and we were just like, ah, and he would come near you. We're like, get away from me. So the kid would fall down the stairs or whatever, and we couldn't get near him because he had so much snot on his face. Oh, we were dying.
Snot and falling down the stairs, great combo.
Come on, he shit his pants, but we couldn't, we're trying to get to the diaper, but he's like touching you with the snot. He had the string going. Oh, man, were we howling.
Snot's landing.
There it is. Snotsberry Farm.
Good time.
What else you got there, Fatty?
This is a fun one. This will take us home for the next half hour. Overrated and underrated physical qualities in women and men.
Now that's a topic.
Now we're off on a topic. Overrated, underrated physical qualities in women and men.
Let's start with men.
Okay.
Overrated and underrated. Underrated is the obliques. When a guy's got those little muscles right on the rib?
That's underrated.
Underrated.
Okay.
Sorry. Those look great.
Yeah, that's a good look. Tough to get.
Tough.
Sometimes I've been thin enough at times where my ribs show up and it looks like those.
That counts.
You can see a rib.
I'll
If
count
you,
that.
If you really, because I remember Luis Gomez called me out on that one time because I was on like You Know What Dude, and I was like, I've been working out. Check it out. And Bobby's like, dude, you got those ribs. And Lewis is like, those are fucking ribs. There is ribs. And then he started punching me, and I cried.
Well, Bobby loves ribs.
I don't think he has any, but
I want my baby back. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's a
those
good
are
look.
underrated.
Obliques,
Let me think what else.
underrated.
Underrated. A perfect 5 o'clock shower. Phil Hanley can sometimes
Yeah.
rock. It's almost like just a different shade. Like it doesn't look like individual hairs.
Yes.
It's just a perfect darkness over this lower half.
You know what it is? It's the density of the hair.
the dense.
I got space in between the hairs. He's very dense.
Yes.
He's a dumb guy.
Space 2, and I got a tweeze coming out of here, and a hanger, and a rogue over there, and a gray, but he's just...
Yeah, he's a smoothie.
That's a good look. Smoothie king.
Good look, underrated. I think for women, we've talked about this. It's all outfit. It's all clothes.
I like the body.
I think a 3-piece and a thing. But I'm telling you, these fat guys put on a nice suit.
That's true. Oh, for a man, it's outfit.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
What other underrated? I think like crooked teeth and a weak jawline is underrated.
Oh, yeah, I could see
Just
that.
a big forehead,
Yeah.
kind of a overbite,
Sure.
undesirable teeth. Underrated. I think that's a nice look.
Lanky,
If you ask
pale.
me, real long look, high-waisted.
Yeah, quite a 5 head there.
Yep.
Herpy. Shows
Yeah.
you've been around.
I think open sores on a dick is underrated.
Now we're talking.
That's something.
That's a good one. Okay, what about thin dick? No? All
Thin
right.
dick, yeah. I'm trying to think. We'd have to have a woman on here to talk about underrated, overrated. I know shoulders and pecs are big. Women love a
Yes.
shoulder.
Yes.
And
I've heard a woman say, I love a man's back. A muscular back. Just that all that mass of back man.
Yes.
Man back.
Backman and Robin. Mm-hmm. I think back is good. I think muscle. Well, these
Quarterback.
women, some of them pretend or say. I had this argument recently we had a big hang at the house, the Astoria gang there, and there was one woman saying like, body is not as important to women. It just isn't.
Uh-huh.
And then another one was agreeing, and she's dating a guy who's not a great body, and I was like, so you're telling me if this guy you're dating went on a diet, went on a crazy workout regimen, you'd be bummed out.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be asexual, whatever you call it. What's that? Agnostic towards it.
Non-binary.
This guy
yeah.
shows up with pecs and abs and shoulder. You're gonna be
Yeah.
like this. Oh gosh.
No. There's literally YouTube videos called Women Reacting to Buff Guys.
Yes.
And a guy will walk in and women are like,
Yes, they pretended they're not into it, which is sweet.
I love it.
But it's like they want a hot bod as much as we do. It's not a deal breaker.
Sure.
For a man, it might be a deal breaker. A woman blows up like a balloon. You're like, I can't be with a fat lady. Hit the sidewalk.
Can't get it up, you can't get it up.
Yeah, exactly. A pussy, you have lube. I guess we have pills.
We have pills, but you can also give it a little shot of saliva there. With a dick, there's no saliva.
Yeah. Saliva. Yeah, you could suck me off for a week if you got a beard. It's not gonna work.
Ugh.
No offense, Chuck.
Worked for me.
But let's get to the women.
All
That's
right,
more
all
our
right.
expertise.
Well, one more underrated.
Okay.
Oh, some guys have the chest hair that's poofing out their collar.
Yeah.
That's a little much. But if a guy's got some good definition and just a nice little tuft.
Yeah, I got a
of
tuft.
chest- You got a tuft?
I'm tufty, yeah.
A tuft is good. Good college, too.
Yeah,
But,
Boston.
yeah. Just a tuft in the middle right there, I think is a solid look.
Yeah, tough is good.
John F. Kennedy Jr. had the tuft, and I want to suck his ass.
Yeah, well, he flew upside down and passed away. So
Like
ship
father,
is-
like son.
his plane has sailed. That's kind of funny. But yeah, and I think I don't know what else.
Yeah, I think that's bad. Well, we're
Like
not
a quad.
attracted to
I like a
men.
quad
I
on a
like
man.
Good
The other day,
quad.
a guy was walking. I was like, look at these quads on this guy.
Quadriplegic.
So, all right, let's get to the ladies.
All right. Underrated, overrated.
Overrated. I don't know, boy. It's all good rating.
We like a lot of things. I mean, overrated's easy. It's just overweight. But that's not really
That's
rated.
not rated. No,
Yeah.
that's no good. Yeah. Sometimes I think the ass, it's like an ass.
I do love a big something of an ass. It's got to be maintained. Sometimes you get a big ass and it's all wrinkled
Yeah.
and wobbly and dimpled. I want a big ass, but it's got to be...
Well, that's what I think is
Sculpted.
overrated. A big ass. Yeah, exactly. Like if it's big from like squats and stairs, But sometimes it's big from like Twinkies and hot dogs.
Yes, yes.
And,
Cholesterol.
I'm just like, oh, it's all dimply and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, all right, I guess.
Even sometimes, and now we're getting bad, but I see a model walk away, and you're like, oh, now I got a shot of the ass, and it's like,
Right.
it's all like water ripples.
Which, by the way, just to balance it, I don't want to sound like we're massaging his asshole. My ass is garbage.
I don't
it's
even
got
have one.
pimples. It's just covered in pimples and dimples.
Yes,
I'm all
hair.
pimples and dimples.
It looks like my ass is at a paintball championship. It's dimpled and it's brown.
Yeah, it's just nasty, and my asshole is dry and wet at the same time.
Yes, dry wet.
It's just not good. My ass is garbage, and I feel bad. My wife, I mean, I think someone does a bit like this. Maybe it's Jay. Is it you?
I have a bit where I have to walk out of the room backwards.
Yeah,
after
literally.
sex.
I literally do that. Yes. I'm like, I literally walk out backwards. I'm also
Same.
afraid that there's poo all over my ass.
That's what I'm saying. The paintball. This shit. It's a Pollock.
Yeah, so I do the same thing. I cover my ass, and I moonwalk out of the room.
I do a thing. I'm not even proud of my genitals, but I will walk out backwards with the underwear. I pick it up off the floor and cover my ass with it and let the genitals fly.
I'm the same thing. I let the explicitives fly. So my ass is garbage. So
Garbage
anyways,
ass.
back to trashing women.
Yes. Overrated, underrated. What's what's underrated? I think of those back dimples. Right at the lower back, there's a little
yes.
2 notches there.
Yes, that is nice.
You know what else is good is a woman's neck. I love a nice neck exposed. Just
Well-
side neck with maybe an earring.
I'm very big into veins when coming.
Whoa.
Like when a lady is like, and you see those veins coming. That's hot. I like
That's
a
hot.
neck vein come.
And an NVC, but you're getting a reaction. That's what you want. You want to know, oh, that's not a fake orgasm. If it is, she's Meryl Streep over here.
That's all you want is a reaction. Eyes, underrated.
Eyes are beautiful.
I love a good brown eye, including the one I have.
Yes, brown-eyed girl.
A piercing blue. I mean, you know my look. I talk about every time I go to Ireland. Jet black hair and light crystal blue
Ooh,
eyes.
you can't beat it.
My wife has neither of those, but
0. But I like a straight black hair. I like hair that's just, it looks like there's a weight holding at the bottom. It's just,
yes.
I don't know why I love a straight. I think because I have dumb curly pubic hair, so I like a woman to not look like me.
I like curls. I like a curly. Well, I'm attracted to you, so I want
All right.
curly hair. I like a natural curl, but I like straight too. Hair, I guess, is overrated because I'm like,
Yes.
whatever hair. I like a shaved head, a
I like
mohawk.
a black lady natural I'm into. Bring it on.
So
Mustache is underrated. No,
Here's-
overrated.
here's something that's
No one likes the mustache in the first place.
No,
it's not
no one.
overrated.
here's something I need I don't need. I like a good nipple. I want a little pink nipple.
Oh, I want a big tree trunk. I want a wallop. I want a milk sucker.
I want a tiny little, like a puffy little kid nip.
No.
A little pink. I need pink.
That's too male.
No, I want
The
pink.
small
though.
is very masculine.
But I've seen a brown, and I don't want a brown. I want a pink.
All right. I don't mind brown. I don't mind pink. I'll take the whole Roy G. Biv.
I want a couple pubes sticking straight out of that nip too.
That I'm not into.
All right.
I don't want a 5 o'clock nip.
Underrated is
Okay.
a pube in the nip.
All right. Yeah, these are good. You know what's nice too is that sometimes a lady will have a line down the leg, like an indentation of some muscle or something's going on there. But I love that line on the thigh.
I love a line. Send in a line.
I'll do a line.
I've talked about this before, and I think I found out recently. I forgot. A friend hooked up with this lady. I saw a lady with the tattoo around the leg. It was like a garter belt with a revolver in it.
A tattoo though.
Tattoo.
Interesting.
Yeah, that I like. I like tattoos.
I love tattoos. I'm in a lot of pain here. I think something's wrong with me.
What happened? Cod oil?
I don't know. My stomach, it's killing me. But
What's
we'll
hurt? Your
push
stomach
through.
or your back?
I think I got a diarrhea coming.
Oh boy,
That oatmeal, that
Could be
egg.
all the oil.
Don't eat eggs.
Could be the.
Eggs are horrible for you.
It could be the eggs.
Oh, I'm hurting here. Hold on. Let me just get. I think I got like a bubble of
well,
something.
you're all twisted.
I'm twisted because I'm in pain.
You know what might help is I read this recently. Is get the leg up because it moves the bubble.
I don't know if I can move my leg like that. Oh shit!
This could be an injury.
I might have to. I might have an emergency here.
Is this a shit or a bat? Where's the
I think
pain?
it's a shit
Where's the pain?
in my stomach.
Stomach pain. Can you
It's-
stand up?
No, it's hurting.
Do you have anything that was like could be food poisoning?
Maybe. I'm sweating.
Pain is bad. The pain stomach is real bad.
Oh god.
Holding it the whole show.
What if this is? It could be what I had. The
What'd you eat this morning?
Egg. One egg.
what if it's what's that called that I had that they took it out? The appendix.
Yeah, word, it's something like that.
Uh,
I don't want to ruin the show. Let me run to the bathroom.
Great
yeah,
show.
you're okay, buddy. It's okay.
Pause. We only got 10 minutes
okay.
left. You
No,
can't
you're
get
right.
upright.
We're gonna knock this out.
I feel bad. I feel bad.
Oh Jesus
He's
Christ!
running. Holy hell,
He couldn't even stand up straight.
man! I had food poisoning in this office. It was so
I
fucked
remember.
up.
By the way, this is Chuck's dream come true.
no,
right
no,
now.
no. We're not keeping this. This is me and you just talking.
Well, no, we should keep this part. This is
All
pretty good. But this is bad. I mean,
This
this
is bad
guy, I've
news.
never heard him complain about anything except the business and
Yeah.
woke culture
Yeah.
continuously, nonstop. And who's getting booked, who's getting specials.
Yes.
Almost incessantly. But I've never heard him complain about something physical other than women's bodies. All right, let's hit the pause, and hopefully we'll be back. Mark is passing away, and I got somewhere to be, so hopefully he gets back here. So we'll be back. We're pausing 5 minutes for station identification.
I've got somewhere to be. Mark's like dying in the bathroom.
He'll be fine.
All right.
We're back.
Woo, sorry about that. I had a miscarriage. I don't know what that was, but take a huge dump of Rooney, and then it was just spray, green spray.
Yeah.
And they got the guy next to me in the stall.
That's the worst. And we're in an office here.
I know. So you kind of like, all right, maybe I'll wait him out. He was here when I got here, so he's probably wrapping up. But then he never wrapped up, so I was like, fuck it. Wipe it up, saw some blood, and got out of there.
So you're better now. How's the stomach feel?
I feel back. It was pushed up against my jeans, and it was gurgling and queefing, and I had my asshole was on fire, and I didn't know what it was. I was sweating, but I feel better.
This is, by the way, I'm always getting all this heat. You eat too much spinach, Chipotle, you eat like a child. You probably have everyone, by the way, writes to me and is like, you got, what's the fucking thing where you shit in a bucket behind the drummer's stage there? Crohn's. I've had like multiple people like, I think you have Crohn's. I'm like, every once in a while, take a big crazy shit. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what I had on the plane that time.
And but your shits are solid. They're long. They're tubular.
They're beautiful.
Mine are coming out just like a fire hose in the civil rights.
Well, it's a lot of greens. You probably ate some greens.
Some greens and some Mexican.
Spicy, yeah. Then the coffee.
And the coffee will push it right out of there.
And oatmeal, eggs.
Yeah, eggs. Eggs are good. Back on eggs. They're good for you.
I think sometimes it just gets all crammed up in there, and then, as DePaula would say, you shit out a crayon you ate in third grade. You just get it all out. You need some psyllium husk.
Huh?
Psyllium husk. He used to send that to me.
What's that now?
It's like a powder he'd put in a drink, and then whip it up, and then you drink it, and it bulks you up.
Really?
I guess.
Good
Not your
bulk or-
body, like bulk in your stool.
Oh, so it's less mushy.
Yeah, but I think it's the same as fiber, oatmeal and leafy greens.
Right. It's tough because they always say you got to get fiber, but then they say don't eat bread.
Right.
And the bread's chock full of fiber.
Well, I think whole wheat bread has fiber.
Yeah,
I think
but
white bread doesn't have that much.
I think bread is just bad either way.
I don't know.
What's wrong? Do I have celiac? Because I used to drink 20 beers a day. I had 3 beers yesterday, and I felt like I had a wad of dough in my stomach.
Possibly. I mean,
I could have a thing. I think I hit 33, and I just couldn't have beer. My tongue goes white. My mouth hurts. I get the wad.
but sometimes like this shit, I think it's life. You live a long life. Every once in a while, a thing gets like a little.
Yeah. This was
And
an
you're like,
emergency. And I held it in for 48 minutes, but I just couldn't do it. It was the pain.
Right. Yeah, that's what I had on the flight recently on the way to your wedding. That's when I went and shit bricks.
Oh,
And I had to
yeah.
take the food back and same thing, sweating, headache, and just had to just blast it out. And then I felt like $100 afterwards.
Yeah. You got the evil in you. Sometimes you got to just exercise it.
The spirits got me, Chief.
Yes, finger me with a crucifix. God damn it.
Well, it's good to have you back. We were talking overrated, underrated. There's one more topic in here.
Please.
Did I throw it out?
Lay it on me, fatty.
I mean, there's a bunch more, but we're only using this lady. Quality, biggest regret of your 20s.
Jesus H. Anal. So many. 20s. I got one yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's all career. I just did not pursue career
Right.
whatsoever. I mean, I
Right.
didn't understand Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I just didn't use any of it. I didn't write enough. I didn't do anything enough. I didn't make any efforts towards career whatsoever other than going on the road, opening for DePaulo, and coming up with a joke here and there.
Right.
All career. I mean, I feel like I could have been Mulaney. I could have really been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it, Charlie.
Could have been a contender, but at least you have a grasp on that, and now you're writing an hour every 10 days.
Well, now I'm working. I'm still bad at the business and all that stuff, but I got material at least, and I'm trying to make things. But the 20s was rough, and I was not taking care of myself physically or mentally or professionally. So the whole 20s had some fun, a lot of good memories.
Yeah. A lot of great memories. What we do remember, I mean, there's been shit you told me I did. I'm like, wow, we did that?
Yeah. It's 20s was tough. 20s is the worst decade because you think you're smart, but you're a full fucking retard.
Full on tard, and you're drinking on top of it, and aren't you glad there were not really a lot of cell phone cameras around back then? Like, sure, I would have had some more photos and documentation of my wildings, but I don't know. You just film everything. The slurs, the shits you took inside a hospital bed, all that stuff.
Yeah, the video thing. I got tons of photos because I always had a disposable camera, always at every gathering. So I got tons of photos, which I love. But video would have been just a great big nightmare.
Oh yeah, there'd be all this evidence of vandalizing and whatnot, and doing things to cars, drunk driving. Woo, we're lucky to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, my 20s, boy, I would go into just public restrooms and piss all over the place and take shit. I mean, it was horrible.
Bad news.
Yeah,
it's amazing that society can function with 20-year-olds in it. Because all we do is trash shit. Everything you build it up, and we'll trash it.
Yeah. No, it was bad. So the whole decade, just a big pile of regret. But it got me where I am now. So if you changed any of it, my life would,
You got to do it. I think everybody does it. You got to do it. But then it's weird because you hear about these guys who in the 80s, they got married at 23, had kids at 24, and you're like, wow, how'd you pull that off?
That's my dad. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, my wife and I watched Fargo. And I was like talking about all these memories of watching it with my dad and us dying laughing and thinking it was like the best movie. And I realized my dad was younger than I am now.
Yeah.
My dad was like 39 when Fargo came out.
That's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
I was 14.
That's insane.
When my dad was my age, I was 15 years old.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
That's insane.
And my sister was 19. Imagine if I had a 19 and 15-year-old right now.
That would be wacky.
I'd be fucking the 19-year-old.
Yeah, so would I. You'd be a different guy.
Yeah, thruple.
With a different body. But yeah, it's a different time, It's a generational thing. The Gen Zers, they're gonna have kids when they're 98.
And so I'm still blown. I'm still blown of this memory of watching Fargo with my dad, and he was 39 years old. It's crazy.
Well, it's good you're getting blown when you're married. It's tough. But I saw a photo of my dad the other day. It was me and my brother playing in the backyard, and my dad had a suit on, and I go, oh, what year is this? And I did the math. He was 33. So I'm like, he's 33, and I'm 39.
Yeah.
He had a big house and 2 idiot kids and a weird wife.
So you must have been a child. How old did you say you were?
I was a kid. I was like 5.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, your dad looks 91.
Well, black don't crack.
He's an old, brittle man.
Yeah. He didn't really take care of himself.
Yeah.
He ate a lot of jerky.
Uh-huh.
But sweet guy, a lot of jizz, taking it up the pooper. But good egg, and we miss you, Rick.
Ricky.
He's still alive. I don't know why I said that, but nice guy.
Oh, here's a fun one. This is a fun one we to put on the record. What celeb will die next year? Which is this year, if you're listening to this.
Ooh, well, let's
put one on the record. 2023 celeb die.
I'm scared because what if they die? It'll be like we cursed them.
No, you nailed it. That's good.
Well, I think Artie Lang's knocking on doors there, maybe.
Why'd you pick him? That's her. Is Ari a celebrity? Because he's like 75.
Yeah,
he's not really successful.
And he goes out into the Machu Picchu. He's probably on a tightrope right now with an Indian.
By the way, Ari doing the Beacon. Get your tickets. March 24th, is it? Get those tickets early. Yeah, Ari just announced he's out riding fences. I don't know where he is.
I think he's literally in South America.
Yeah, I think so. But Beacon Theater, March 24th. Get those tickets, folks, to see Ari.
Very exciting. Good on you, Ari.
I think He's one of my favorite artists of all time, but I think it's finally gonna run out and hit the wall. I think Keith Richards.
Oh,
this is the year.
Oh, interesting.
This is the year. It's finally gonna come to an end. Oh, by the way, an easier one. I think to win the bet, Nicholson. I think he's on his way out.
Oh, really?
So I put 2 out there.
Okay.
But Nicholson, I've heard, is not doing well at the
Really?
dementia, and he's
And he was a big
big coke
nose
guy,
candy
and
fella.
and he's in his 80s. I mean, he's been
Yeah.
around a long time. He made it. He was late in life or late for a celebrity. He was like 35.
Oh,
during
really?
Cuckoo's Nest, I think.
And he dodged some Me Too's, which I thought that guy was he was a porn star addict. He dated all these Hollywood starlets, and he was a big booze hound, coke hound, poon hound.
Yeah,
Release the hound.
yeah. So I'm gonna say Nicholson. I guess we get 2 because I just picked 2.
Well, then Bruce Willis seems to be on edge, and I wonder if Michael J. might have a spasm and fall down an escalator.
But I don't think Willis. I don't think he'd die from that. I think he just can't remember
Oh.
lines. I think it's a death sentence.
Oh, okay, good. I don't want to die hard.
I think he just can't read properly or whatever, register things or something
Okay.
like
Well, those are good ones. Nicholson and Richards, all great guesses.
that. But Willis could die. I'm not trying to talk you out of your answer.
But that's the other thing is, like Tom Petty, no one saw that coming. He
I
was
know.
a spry, feeble blonde guy, but here we are. He was on methadone or whatever the hell.
I got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, so I could be out by April.
Ooh, you got a bad ticker. Mm-hmm. You got to stay on that oatmeal and spinach diet. Keep those solid shits cooking.
Yep.
All right, what's next?
Let me see what else we got.
Can I just say this? I met my new contractor. He's a tough guy from Queens. Irish guy. He's got the 4-leaf clover tattoo.
Oh, fun.
And he did this. We went to a diner and had a meal to talk about the house. And before he ate, he went, "This guy is old school."
I love old school.
Yeah. And I had the lady there, and he goes, "This guy's really jerking you around. Pardon my language, ma'am." It's like, gee, this guy is like a throwback.
A good old-fashioned throwback. I like that.
Yeah, he's a Mick.
All right, there's a few here. I think we did this before. Fuck, marry, kill Louis J. Dave.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we did that.
Well, I think you got to marry Dave.
He's the marrying kind, I guess. He's married with a couple kids.
I would fuck Big J because I heard he's not packing. So that helps. And then you got to kill Gomez. I mean, he's a menace to society already.
I love Louis. I mean, he's my favorite of those guys.
I love him too. He's a funny guy and a hell of a entrepreneur.
But marriage, you can't marry Louis. I mean,
No.
he's late, he yells, he flies off the handle.
Yells at Uber drivers.
But I think I'd like to fuck him. He's got beautiful lips. He's
Great
Latino,
lips.
and he's spicy. He's got what I want.
He's got edge.
Yeah, I think he'd choke me.
Oh, he'll cut you.
And then, boy, I hate to. I don't know. I might have to kill Dave just because he's so smart and he reads so much. I think he'd always be like, the economy, and I'm like, all right, I don't know about the economy, so I got to kill Dave and I'll marry Jay.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to get rid of a political comedian.
Yeah, he's tough. I feel like he'd be bringing me down. Here's a good one. We'll close with this. This is a fun one from Betty Davis the cat. I don't know how a cat can eat laughs. He said, "Who do you think would have turned into a shitty has-been musician if they lived past 27?
Ooh.
1, Kurt Cobain. B, Janis Joplin. D, Jim Morrison. Or 4, Jimi Hendrix."
I'm going to go Morrison because
Yeah.
I think he was all show.
Yeah, Morrison, but who knows? That seems like the most obvious answer to me. But maybe if he got sober, because it feels like he was a drunk, but he was trying to be a poet.
Yeah.
A great voice.
Decent voice, but the whole I'm the liver king, or what is he?
Lizard King.
Lizard king, and I'm a man. I fuck everything. He couldn't get it up. He was a heroin addict. He was a mess.
Right.
He was all branding.
But he had ambition, but the alcoholism and drugs got in the way. Maybe he sobers up at 28.
Yeah.
Gets a couple warning calls or whatever you call it, sees the writing on the wall, whatever the fuck bullshit, and then gets it clean. And he wanted to be great and wanted to be these things, but maybe he was just too fucked up. So maybe,
Yeah.
I mean, he would be my answer also, but I'm just trying to push back against what
Sure,
it feels
sure.
like.
I hear you. I just think he would cave and he would need money and he would go like, Get your new skateboarder. Get your new skateboard. Riders on the storm.
Right,
or
yeah.
he'd be a weatherman. Riders on the storm. The Doppler at 8.
Yeah.
You know?
Light my fire and come on down to, you know.
Exactly. I'm a
firehouse.
Zippo guy now. Light my fire. Whatever the hell.
And Cobain, I just realized it says Kurt Cobain. Maybe that's a different guy.
Cobain.
Hendrix is just so talented. I mean, the
Yeah.
guitar, you just keep playing it so well.
And Cobain was too in his own head to be that guy. I think he was too aware of that.
He put a bullet in his own head. Hello, folks.
Yes, ate a gun.
But yeah, I mean, I would worry that maybe Cobain would go into like the drum machine shit, like Billy Corgan kind of went that way, or get into like, you know, dance shit or something. But
You gotta hand it to Pearl Jam. I mean, who stayed more true?
they're the best. I mean, they are the greatest. All right, one more. Big dogs or small? I go big because I don't like bending down to pat them. I'm a small dog guy.
Really?
I want to be able to, I mean, I'm not a dog guy in general, but I want to be able to have it in my lap, a comfort thing, and I want to be able to pick it up and run if I have to.
Sure.
And or if it's annoying somebody, someone comes in, I go, hey.
I see. Oh, that's cute. You keep it in a purse.
Yeah, I like a little dog.
A lap dog.
I like a, what do you call it, what DePaulo had. He had my
Terrier.
favorite dog.
Schnauzer.
I think it was a, yeah, I think it was a Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh, those are cute.
It was nice.
Now I go medium. The big dog is overwhelming, especially in New York. You know, some asshole's got a Great Dane in a studio apartment. You're like, what are you doing, Chachi? This thing can't even turn.
It's just a flex. It's just
It's
a
a
money
flex.
dog. Hey, I got money. Heads up. What's up? I got a big place.
Yeah, then you got your Saint Bernard asshole. You got your German Shepherd douche. You got your what's that other one? It's like it's a Australian dick.
Sheepdog?
Maybe those are that's not too big, but they're huge. I can't think of the name. It's almost like a husky.
Oh, the scary one with the bear face?
Yeah,
That
the
are supposed to be
bear face.
mean.
Yes.
They're supposed to be really mean.
Even a Dalmatian, I hate. Go back to the firehouse. We don't need your spots around here.
Nah, no spots.
But I like a medium, like a this.
Yeah.
That's good. Small, you don't want a yappy. He's shaking.
Yeah.
He looks like a Holocaust survivor. You want to throw that into a fireplace. But give me a nice mead.
Yeah, nice medium, but I just don't want a dog that knocks children over.
No.
The dog that jumps
no,
up and
no.
it's like, wah, I don't want scary. I want little.
Agreed.
I want a little battery dog. He runs on batteries.
Yeah, but the Pomeranian, though, don't you find that's a fake dog? It's like a breast implant of dog. It doesn't do anything. It's just fake.
I didn't take it bowling. I didn't rent it shoes. He's not taking your turn. Remember Lebowski? You brought the Pomeranian bowling? I didn't rent it shoes. He's not taking your turn.
Right.
Great film. All right, we got to wrap
Coen
it up.
Brothers.
We're way
Oh,
over time
Jesus.
here. Well, you did leave for 9 minutes to have an abortion. But
I'd give birth.
all right, I got to get these big plugs in here because I got these rooms I'm doing that I'm not going to fill. So please, right now, Wilbur Theater is up. It's on sale April 15th, Patriots Day weekend. Get those tickets. March 2nd, Park West in Chicago. I don't know what my agent's thinking. I can't fill these rooms unless you buy the tickets. And man, I'm crazy on the road. January, February. I got Cleveland.
Woo-wee.
I think this weekend, Austin,
Hell
Mohegan
yeah.
Sun in a couple of weeks. February, I got Denver, Key West. March is Columbus Funny Bone, the 3rd and 4th. The big theater on the 2nd. And April is Wilbur Theater, which I'm so excited about.
Oh, look at Ari doing the Beacon. You're doing the Wilbur. We are rolling, baby.
We're rolling, baby. And please go subscribe to my YouTube because there's going to be another special coming right down the pike.
Wow.
Hit up, what, I don't even know what my special's called. This year's material. I want to keep that in the
That's it.
algorithm and make sure you subscribe. Got to get that thing up high. And
Yeah, let's get to 2 million by the end of the year. on
Got
that
to.
thing.
Gotta
Come
get
on,
to that
folks.
2 mil. Let's
what are
go.
We doing? Just put it on at night and sleep in it.
Yeah.
I'm all over the road, too. I'm doing this special next year, so I'm back in the clubs to build a goddamn hour. So if you want to see me struggle and eat my asshole up there, come on out to Spokane, Nashville, Miami, Dayton, Jacksonville. I mean, I'm doing some real shit boxes. So come on out, say hi. MarkNormanComedy.com for dates. Out to lunch. Netflix half hours over here. Get a bodega cat. Say hello. Praise Allah. Get on the Patreon. Hope you didn't miss that cutoff for the $3 tier.
know.
But that's on you
Happy New Year.
and many more.
Yeah, that's
Is
something.
that what some people
Yeah,
say?
so-
Ah, jeez.
All right, my sister's ass.
Got it.
Georgia St.
No one wants to be